Hey.
Suzanne, you're on mute, just so you know. You
Oh,
guys have about 8 minutes, so I'll let you get started and you can just switch off asking questions. Suzanne, are you recording?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. All right, I'll key you guys in the chat. Thank you.
thanks.
Allison, why don't you go first since you had technical problems on the other two?
Thank you so much. So, what is it about Harry that makes you guys want to save him at this point? He's kind of been a troublemaker a lot.
Question.
I know. Yeah, that is a question. Well, he's saving us. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think for my character, I wouldn't say that Darcy is necessarily that interested in saving Harry, but she knows he's playing an integral part in her own self-preservation and that of Asta. So I think that is probably the like initial motivation.
Yeah.
But as you'll see, everybody's relationships kind of changed this season. So
Mm.
The dynamic we had in season one was that of this bonding over being an other in a way that, Asta felt like she trusted this person more than she trusts human men, and couldn't quite explain why. And I think that that's evolved over time to the point where now in season three, she trusts him so much that she's like, go together, you
Yeah.
guys figure it out. I'm going to be over here figuring out who I am without you. But like there's a real trust and love and respect between
Yeah.
them. But I think what makes me want to continue working with him is that at his core, even though he's frustrating and confusing and alien and weird, he really has heart.
Yeah.
And just like our show, Harry is our show. It is comedy with heart at its core. And I feel like when you really like strip away that onion and you get down through all the layers, like you get to really experience, to keep the metaphor going, the full flavor
Yeah.
of what's going on. And
That
and
little
also
pearl.
like onions, it makes you cry. And he makes
Oh my God, it
especially
keeps
this
going.
season, he's so emotional. It just keeps,
Yeah,
I can't
it really
stop.
keeps
Get me
going.
out of the onion.
This
Get me out.
Did we get out of this bloom and metaphor already?
This season, Asta and Darcy got even closer. We got to see more of their relationship. It had more colors now that Asta's not lying to Darcy. You two seem very close in real life. How has working on the show affected your real life friendship?
Oh,
We didn't have a real life friendship before this show.
Didn't.
I was not aware of Sarah Tomko at all.
Same.
And when
No,
Chris
it's not true.
said,
I knew of you.
sexy. When Chris said who you were, like I looked you up and everything, and I
You were
was like,
who?
okay. And well, I don't keep track of the dramatic actor world at all. Like I'm just like I'm focused, laser focused on comedians. So like I just was like, okay, she looks great and her acting looks amazing. And then when I started working with you, I think that's how our friendship developed. We really became close through work. And for me, it was like she just I always try to describe this in interviews, but Sara is the most generous actress and the most giving, but also like trustworthy and so competent and so like she knows what she's doing. She knows who her character is, and she will not put up with bullshit at all. Like you as a person, you might have your own issues of like putting up with bullshit, but as an actress, when you're on set, you are just like laser focused in this incredible way that is so inspiring. And you provide this it feels like I'm not acting. It feels like Sarah's doing all this acting and I'm eating some of it. She's putting all this acting out and I'm just like, thank you, I'm gonna have some acting, like a charcuterie board. It doesn't even, and I guess my role is to make her laugh, so that works.
That's true. And you do, clearly. We had this moment on like the first week we worked together. First of all, I knew who you were based on I knew your face, but I hadn't seen People of Earth and I hadn't seen your stand up. So I didn't know how funny you were till literally day one, and I'm like cackling. I can't stop. You're making me laugh like every take. But we also had this off-screen thing that happened where you lost your passport. Do you remember?
Yes.
and she was freaking out. Okay, and we're about
This
to
was-
shoot some other scene. I don't even know what it is, but she cannot
And
focus
they're
because
asking
she's,
for it, right?
Where's my passport? Which is obviously a big deal when
And
you're shooting in Vancouver
in another
and-
country, and then production is asking for it. Like they're like,
Yes.
you
We
can't keep
need
working
you-
unless we have this copy of
we need a copy of it
right away.
Anyways, she comes to me and she is freaking out, and I just have to like, okay, all right, look,
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do about
She
it now.
snaps into
There's-
action.
like
You're a
but
fucking
we
action figure.
immediately, it's as if I had known you for years.
Yeah.
Immediately I knew what to do, I knew what to say to you, and you knew that you could trust me, and we
Yeah.
leaned on each other, and I hugged you and you hugged me, and then we went and did this scene, and we were like, we've been friends for decades.
It was so
And
good.
that's how our friendship started. We
Can
were
I
like,
tell you?
oh, I've known you lifetimes.
Can I tell you something? I knew where it was the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. What if that was so insane? Like, psychotic? No, I
That
fucking
would be very
I don't
Darcy
know.
of you,
I
wouldn't
don't
it?
know where it is now.
Found it. She found it. It was, I don't even know.
Lost,
In your
lost it.
hat.
Lost it
It
again.
was like you had it on
It was
your
in my hat. It was in my
person.
hat.
Anyway, moving on. We're friends.
Allison?
So, what was that?
I let her have buttons. I
Let me
should.
have
Oh,
buttons.
never let her have buttons. That's not a good thing. Peeling the onion buttons, no.
No, no.
Anyway, so these two characters have gone through so much over 2 seasons. How much more, how have they grown? And how much more growth are we going to see in season 3?
Can't go too fast because it's TV. There's still got to be conflict.
Yeah. We have some really great.
I think you did the most growing this season.
You think so?
I think Asta was the most. Yeah, because she's facing stuff head on. She's facing, well, not in the episodes we saw. In the first part of the
Yeah.
season, Asta is like, oh, right. Like, I
Right.
need to be able to not, like, I need to be able to just exist and be enough, be enough
Mhm.
without
Enough.
just constantly putting out fires. I'm a nurse. I caretake for a living. Even at work with Harry, she's like putting on his lab coat. She's doing all this stuff for him, covering for the fact that he's a psychotic alien. And she suddenly has a moment where it's like, yeah, you need to calm down. Like, you have to figure out who you are. And that is a big moment for Asta. And I always joke that, like, Dan is like, hey, who is Asta when she's not putting out fires and taking care of other people?
And
And,
then they
Darcy
actually
Darcy
wrote that.
busts in like,
Oh, yeah.
wait a minute, don't figure that out too fast. You still gotta take care of me.
Right.
You know,
Right. No, I think this season we get to see a really fun dynamic of us living together,
ugh,
leaning
so
on
good.
each other at the end of each day. But I think just like any relationship, if you're together too much, there's going to be some friction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's an
We'll see how
adjustment.
we get through that.
I would like to see an epic fight with food and everything, right?
Ooh, food fight.
Food.
Would be
Is there-
good, yeah.
There's always food when you're around.
I love food.
Well, we know what Darcy can do
Pitch
with the
that.
banana after the first.
Hey,
Ah.
girl.
We have time for one more quick question before we have to wrap.
Okay, I was gonna ask Sarah about what do you think about with the relationship between Us and Harry? It seemed like at the beginning it was going to be a romantic relationship. This season, it seems more like they're not quite so together, although he did say he couldn't kill her, so that was a good thing. But do you think that they will ever be able to get together again romantically?
I don't, personally, I don't know how the show's going to go when we have season 4 and season 5, which I'm manifesting right now. But I think what's really cool about their relationship is we're exploring what it is to love someone without sex involved. And I think there are so many versions of love and so many versions of family and chosen family and friendship that in season 1, he's learning what it is to just love someone as a human. I don't know on his planet if that's a thing.
It's not.
He talks about missing his wife, but he doesn't really know why. And so he starts to figure out truly just what love is when you love someone else. but it never takes a sexual turn for us, because I think there's just too much respect there. And I think if we ever were to cross that line, it would be, I don't know, weird. To me, it's like if you ever were to see us cross that line,
I think
like a kiss of some kind, it would be like a finale episode where I was like saying goodbye to him or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that we are exploring what it is to like love and respect one another, and we're teaching each other that what it is to trust in the other sex, you know?
yeah, well, yes. But I also think that if Harry felt that for you, he would cross that line. He just doesn't feel it because he has this, like you said, respect. And I don't think he knows what respect is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think he would violate that in a second, and then he would feel bad and he wouldn't know why he felt bad.
Right.
Like, he is really discovering the range of human emotion. And the biggest thing is like, he, like you said, did not know what human love was.
Yeah.
And his very basic attachment to you started out this way.
Yeah.
And it's super important, I think, that it doesn't become romantic right now, because I also really love the fact that, like, you know, even on TV, a man, which he's not a man, by the way, a man and a woman can be friends, or like a woman and a male coded guy can just be friends and just like have a really deep love for each other.
Connection. Yeah.
That is romantic in the sense that it's very deep, and like they have this incredible bond that is unlike other friendships. But it's not like, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be a will they, won't they, because like you said, there's all types of love and all types of relationships.
Well, and even if fans wanted that, I don't know what will come between them, but I do think it's interesting to, in season 3, see them sort of separate. And, you know,
Sorry guys, we gotta wrap. I'm sorry.
so that'll
okay.
be an interesting dynamic.
True.
The end.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Sorry.